Want to know how fast this partridge split thread tutorial is going to go? I have a 4 a.m. alarm that's going to go off in about 10 minutes, which is going to disrupt the video and render all of this useless. So, yeah. Alright, I've got a size 14 soft tackle hare's ear sans soft tackle. For now. So I just wanted to take a minute to walk through. Man, why are you gonna make me look like a doofus? Walk through my split thread partridge technique. And I'm gonna be using a really nice feather, a totally usable feather for a big fly anyways. But just know all of this applies on these gigantic feathers or feathers with thick stems or otherwise unusable feathers in terms of wrapping it traditionally by tying the tip in and just wrapping the quill around the hook. And I'm going to spare you all the reasons why you should learn this and just say, just learn it. Like, take my word for it. I have tied a lot of flies. Without this technique, I don't know how much money I'd be spending on skins of feathers because, like, I burned through the bottom quarter of wrappable, properly sized feathers. So, to start, I am going to take my clip. As you see, I've already done one side. That's another reason 2 flies per feather is a lot better than 1. So I'm going to straighten that out. I don't like it. So I'm going to take my clip. First, I am going to get the feather to where the fibers, I want the fibers to end in a straight line, and that's going to help me judge the total length. Because I want to clip as close to the finished fiber length as possible. And that just makes it easier to envision. For me anyways. So, going to clamp what I feel I'm going to need. And naturally just a little bit more. Because I need something to clamp into the thread. And then I am going to run my scissors up just past the edge of the clip. And so now I've got some butt ends that I can easily clamp, and if the fibers turn out to be a little long, I can make minor adjustments and trim away any excess. Or if they're too short, I've got enough butt end to tap in to lengthen the fiber side. And just to split my thread, I'm going to flatten it out. Had I been tying and not just letting my thread hang, I would want to uncord it by spinning it. If you're looking down from fly to bobbin, you're wanting to spin it counterclockwise. And so as it's spinning, I will just run my scissors down it, watching for it to flatten out. So it's flattened out. Now I'm just going to, I've got the thread propped out with one finger, and I'm going to use my middle finger just to help guide my scissors to steady my over-caffeinated hands. And I'm just going to put minor pressure from my scissors onto my thread. And keeping a very shallow tip angle. Like, I don't want them running like that because they're just going to slice the thread. I want them running sort of like this, where they will catch the thread but they basically immediately let it go. So as they catch a fiber, they let it go. And so you're able to run it along the flattened thread. As it catches, you just want to stop it when it's still got half the thread left. And trust me when I say it is a lot easier than grabbing, ooh, I just stabbed myself, grabbing your bodkin and, ironically, stabbing it. I don't know why people started doing that, but it never made sense to me, so that's why I started doing this, and it's just become muscle memory. And yeah, easy. So I obviously propped the thread open once I got it split. Then I inserted the clip just enough to where I could release my finger from the thread, which was keeping it open. It'll shut on that little lip of the clip, and then I just pull it out till it's no longer clamped to the clip and only the fibers, only those little butt ends protruding. At that point, I can release the tension, fibers stay, clip goes. So at this point, length is good. I don't need to make any adjustments. Man, now I'm bleeding. See what I go through for y'all? I need to go to HR and make a claim for that one. So I'm distracting myself. That's what I'm doing. Now that I've got the fibers inserted, I could go and trim them if I needed to. I could go and tap them in if I needed to lengthen the fiber side, the user side, for lack of a better word. But I don't, so I won't. So next step is cording it up. I have got the thread pinched right under the partridge. So now as I spin it, the partridge stays put. Like, there is no tension going past my fingers. And with partridge, you need the tension to build up to a certain point before you release it. Whereas if this was CDC, I would have let go a spin and a half ago, because it stays put. Partridge, on the other hand, does not. So I've got it spun up pretty tight, and I'm just going to release all of that tension at once. And as you see, the partridge spins up in a uniform manner. If you did not pinch it, it would group up and look horrendous and practically be not unusable. So from here, I'm just going to wrap. I'm not doing anything special like stroking them back. I don't know why I just stroked it back in the first place. I don't. I just run it through. And assuming I got even coverage, which I did, I go straight into dubbing a small collar. I don't want the thread uncored yet. It makes dubbing a whole lot easier when you've got that gritty, coarse, tense thread. But I'm also wanting to use the dubbing to help lock in the tension behind the dubbing, so that when I go to finish it, I can uncord the thread and not risk removing tension so far back that these fibers now pull free. So I have added twice as much dubbing as I want, and I'm on too much of a time crunch, so I'm not going to worry about it. So now I've taken a lot of that tension out by uncording my thread so that I can safely whip finish. So last thing, I'll basically just to show, like, this is as durable as any other method you could do to apply this. Like, I'm breaking the tips off instead of pulling the fibers free. They're locked in, they're staying put, and they're sized appropriately. And they're fly number 2 out of a single feather. And there's a whole lot of other reasons, but I'm going to spare y'all that and spare myself the more reasons to just redo this video. So yeah, hope you got something from that. I hope it helped lessen the learning curve on a otherwise frustrating material in what should be a very painless technique. Yeah, hope you liked that and like got the stuff from that. And I hope you I hope you get everything you want out of life. As long as it's cool. If you're like a bad person, I don't want you to get what you want, because you probably want bad things. But then again, what is good and what's bad? I know it's good ending this video.